must be a lag on the Facebook. It's got to be. That's all. Okay, so that's the only thing that I can think of. Let's see what we got. No. Okay. Okay, I sent you an invite just now. Must be a lag on the Facebook. Okay, now hit this button right here. Send request. Okay. Did you send it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, we're trying this again here.
It's not working.
I know there's a force. Well, actually. Okay, we're trying this again here. I know there's a force. Well, actually. Yeah, there's a few second delay here because I'm watching this. About at least a 10-second delay. It's on her phone and mine, so. I am getting no requests. Is there anybody else that's actually getting or has tried to do a live feed other than the several ones that have been trying to do this over the last hour, having any problems with Facebook Live and inviting other people or getting requests? If that be the case, please comment. Yes, it is very funny. Yeah, we've been having some issues with it today. You know, doing Facebook Live is yeah, and I'm not even getting any of the requests. Okay, hold on here. I'm going to do this one person at a time. Whoa, something just happened there. So you're not even getting any picture.
I got picked.
Well, one guy's not getting any picture. Okay. I want to do this.
Yeah, there's a delay.
Okay. Hey, it ain't no big deal. Christy, it's no big deal.
Try tomorrow.
I guess we're just going to try to try to do our deal tomorrow. Maybe they're doing some update on it or something. I don't know. Anyway, I was wanting to do a Facebook Live with a couple people. Nice. Okay. Yeah, something's not right here. I know I've got at least a 5 or 6 second delay. So, Clint, did you have anybody on your live feed while you was doing it? Blame President Trump. That's a good one, Shannon. You're going to have me laughing on that. This is getting frustrating, guys. Very, very frustrating.
Yeah, now I'm not getting comments. Mine just off.
Yeah. Yes, Shannon should have been the last one. Okay. Shannon's the last one that commented on there. So anyway, wow. So it must be something or somewhere else or around us or something because we're trying to do live feeds. We got a guy from California that tried. We got a guy from Nebraska that tried. You messed up, man. We're not able to get the all right, Shannon, I sent you an invite. See if you can get that. We've got several people that's tried doing Facebook Live with other people, and it's still not doing anything. Man, this stinks. I've reset my phone, turned it off. Wow.
See, I can't even send a request anymore to invites.
Back out of it. There. Hit that one. Okay. Okay, go ahead, Shannon. We'll try this. Because it should pop up at the bottom of your screen with a red dot that somebody did a request to join. But it's not doing that. It hadn't been doing that. Yeah, I had to do that a while ago. I don't know what's going on. I went in and cleaned everything out, and it's still not doing anything. So do it again. Okay, so. Wow. This is messed up.
Yeah, because I just sent you another one.
Okay, so anyway, I've got several people that's trying to do invites and sending invites and stuff. So since you guys have got me here, I've got 10 views. What is one subject you guys are wanting me to talk about here? Open invitation for comments or suggestion, video suggestion, and we'll go with it from there. Okay. Oh man, the UPU. How lethal that is. All right. The UPU is a Universal Postal Union. It is part of the Postal Service. How do you not pay taxes? Property rights. Whoa, wait a minute. You guys are throwing way too much at me here at once. Let's start with the UPU. Let me grab some documents here real quick, and I'll show you what the UPU is. It was actually started in Bern, Switzerland in 1874 or 73, I do believe. Very unique. It's basically a way to put people into contracts and get them for mail fraud. What you're doing is you're posting or you're stamping your own contracts, not your own contracts, but your own paperwork. Hey, you know what? That's not me. I mean, you've got to talk to the government on that 40-acre thing. But it's very unique. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to show you. Hey, you know what, Shannon? That's a good idea. This is actually some paperwork that I have filed into a court system. It's a rescission of signature. But as you can tell, I did a 45-degree angle on the stamp. It's a $1 stamp, as you can tell. Of course, they made copies of it. It was done in blue. I'm just waiting. Man, I got pulled, but I ain't going to tell you where I got pulled at. Anyway, this is part of the UPU process. It's I put my $1 stamp at the top right corner. Did my 45-degree angle across there, my signature. And no, I did not do that in syntax grammar. But what this is, it basically, if they violate this contract, which is a rescission of signature, I can actually go after them for mail fraud. It's a very, it protects me. And on the back side of it, of course, I don't have my 1-cent stamp. I do have it on the originals. This is just copies. So I'll be able to send these out, and then I can put my 1-cent stamp on the back of it. I wish I had more pulled up on this. I'd be able to explain it. But you can do this on Gold is better and must be used for debt collection. Okay. Going on to this. Let's pull real quick. But I'm reading comments here. I'm sorry, guys. This was was started in Bern, Switzerland. It's worldwide. You can use this on documents. The ones that know about this are usually the ones that respect it, and they do their best not to violate it. You're basically putting them into a contract, is what it is. It's another form of a contract, and a lot of people don't know about it. It's you use it on documents, paperwork, whatever, passports. Very unique thing on that. There's several different websites that's been downloaded. I don't have it in front of me at the moment. So I do apologize on that. The only thing I can show you is proof that I've actually done it. I had another one here. This is what's in a real world example of use? Real world example of use. The real what? Court cases. It's a form of protection. Postal service. I'm sure you will, Leah. You'll be able to. It's a postal service. Of course, we all know that we're all postmasters. And this is something we've never learned or were taught. When you receive mail at your address, the military territory address, you are the postmaster. You sort through mail. You are your own postmaster. You're sorting through the mail. So this is your form of posting system. And have you heard anything from them yet, Christy? Okay, Diane, are you still here? If you're still here, Diane, let me know. Nice. Looks good. A lot of people's been asking me how I've gotten away from paying taxes. Yes, you. A lot of people's been questioning me on on my taxes, how I've gotten by for the last 4 or 5 years of not paying taxes. That was something that I had done with no paperwork filed, mind you. When I go to work for an employer, or I do exchange of my time for payment, I put exempt on my W-2s, or on my my W-4. I put exempt on there, state and federal, and from that point forward, I don't ever pay taxes. They send me my W-2s, I just take them and I throw them in the trash. This is one of the biggest controversies out there. A lot of people say, oh, you have to pay taxes, or you have to do this, or you have to do that. Please provide me a law, not a case where somebody says you have to pay taxes, but a law that is on the books, stating that you have to pay taxes. And nobody's able to provide that to me because there is no such law. So I put myself in that status of not paying taxes. Prime example. Wish I had screenshots of this beforehand. Last year, July of last year, I was going through some July and August and September. I was going through an ordeal with the Oklahoma State true, but they don't provide a W-8 at employers. They want that tax dollar off your sweat equity. They July, August, and September of last year, I was in a ordeal with the Oklahoma State Tax Commission, saying that I owed them $1,000. They even went as far as filing in the courts in the last known county that I was living in, that they put a lien on my body and my property in that county. So I had gotten on the phone, started working through everything from the very bottom to the very top. I got transferred over to, $100,000. In fact, there was one that I heard that was $350,000, and still nobody's been able to provide that information. But I had worked my way from the very bottom up to the top, and I wound up getting connected with the lawyers for the Oklahoma Tax Commission, and there was a room full of them. And I started in on them from the second I got a hold of them till the second I got off the phone. I was literally hammering them for requesting a wedding signature contract proving that I said I would give them my sweat equity in a contract, basically, and that they needed to provide a law stating that I owed them taxes, or that I had to pay taxes. Every one of the lawyers in that room tried every way possible on that, and they got nowhere with me because they knew that I knew what I was talking about when it come to the taxes. So needless to say, the case was dropped. There is nothing on this ordeal in any courts in the state of Oklahoma, and it was basically wiped off my credit report because they can't find anything to that nature. So it's all in how you present. And by the way, I did not ever send them one piece of paper. Not one. This was something this is what actually got me started in where I'm at right now. Where it's led me was through the taxes, and through everything to that nature. And it's led me to where I'm at right now, to this very day, to all the way from the taxes to the birth certificate, to the rescission of signature, the authentication on the state and federal level, what it does for you, how it corrects. It's the beginning of you correcting your status and your standing on the land. There is so much that I have really dug into. I've started even digging into more laws, the root words of different words that are out there, because we all know the biggest part of you that knows what I'm talking about. They use the root words against us in court, and it's unique on how, if we don't know the words, then, or the meaning that they're using, or how they are presenting the words in their documents and their ship documentation, we could really get tricked into something. So, that is one of the biggest things that I've actually been learning over the last couple of years, and I've teamed up with quite a few good people that has helped me along the way. I've got several people over in Arkansas, got a guy over in Nebraska, I've got one out in California, one over here in Kansas. It contacts me every once in a while. Yes, spellcasting. Do we really need a driver's license? The United States Supreme Court ruled that you do not need a driver's license unless you are doing commerce. Now, if you are private traveling and you are a private traveler, like going from point A to point B, say from your home to the gas station, no, you don't need a driver's license. The only use for a driver's license is for commerce, like you're a taxi driver or you're driving on the highways and big semis, UPS or something like that. You need the driver's license if you are doing commerce, like working, say for instance, you work for nursing, home health. Let's just use home health. You need a driver's license because you're traveling back and forth from point A to point B to do your job. That is called commerce. But in general, no, you do not need a driver's license. The only time you need it is through doing commerce. Again, United States Supreme Court has ruled that you do not need a driver's license to private travel. If you look up your state laws on it, it will state from the age of 18 on up to drive. That is the key word, drive. You need a license. Even for CDL or something like that, you need a license. So there are loopholes to beat the state laws or statutes or codes about that. Well, there is a way to beat that ticket in court. Yes, exactly. Driving is a commercial term. You are so correct, Shannon. I wish more people would watch my live feed today because they would be very well educated. There is a way to beat that in court. Sweet. As soon as I get done with my live feed, I will definitely download that. But there is a way to beat that in court. Certain paperwork that you have to provide in that scenario, but you can get away from it. I do want to do one that was actually suggested to me by another guy. He says he's actually done it. It's worked for him. He's never had to show up in court. I'm going to do a little more digging into it just to get a whole scenario there. Well, sorry, I was interrupted there. To get a whole scenario on what's going on with that, and I'll be able to present that information a lot better than just going out on a whim and not being able to explain everything very good. So I'm going to have to get with him and get him to explain it a little more and do some more research with him on it. From what he was telling me, it's a very good way to avoid having to even show up at court. And my phone is going off. All right. Anyway, my dad is trying to call me again. So let me get off here and talk to him. I hadn't talked to him in a couple weeks. So we'll continue this conversation on another time. As always, peace, God bless, and have a wonderful afternoon.